It's July 26, 2025. Donald Trump steps off his plane at Prestwick Airport. The visit, officially private.
President Trump is in Scotland for a 5-day visit.
President Trump is spending the weekend. It's a private visit, mixing his passion for golf and tariffs.
The reality, nothing about it is quiet. He heads straight to Turnberry, his luxury golf course, and instantly, the air shifts.
I'm very much against everything that Trump stands for and what he's doing in America.
Even though he has Scottish roots, he's a disgrace to us.
Because in Scotland, this isn't just a golf trip. It's a political powder keg. Thousands are already in the streets, Edinburgh, Aberdeen, and beyond. Protest signs high, voices louder. One message cuts through it all. Scotland is already great. Go home. This isn't performative outrage. These protests aren't casual. They're layered, fueled by a deep generational frustration with who Trump is, what he represents, and how global politics have changed since he first stormed into office years ago. Outside the US consulate in Edinburgh, the signs are blunt. Donald Trump is a dictator.
If we condone his behavior, what message are we sending out to the world?
Trump no es bienvenido. We don't negotiate with fascists. One of them, handmade by a 15-year-old named Amy White, says exactly that. She's standing beside climate activists, labor unions, feminist collectives, Palestinian solidarity groups, people who wouldn't all normally protest together. Yet today, they're united. Not over policy, but principle. Here's the irony. Trump loves talking about his Scottish roots. His mother was born on the Isle of Lewis. He's invested millions here, built golf courses, tried to craft a legacy in Scottish soil. But according to recent polling, 71% of Scots view him unfavorably. That's not just high, that's higher than his disapproval rating in the UK overall. Even some of his own extended family isn't having it. Janet MacLeod Trotter, distantly related sure, but still, stood at the protest with a sign, "MacLeod's against Trump." Her message? Heritage doesn't excuse harm. And while Trump plays golf behind Turnberry's heavy security, helicopters overhead, sniffer dogs on patrol, the biggest police operation since the Queen died, the cities are buzzing. This isn't just street theater. This is a real, raw political moment. Because Trump didn't come quietly. His comments? Classic Trump. Bombastic, conspiratorial, and intentionally divisive. "Stop the windmills," he shouted at reporters. He blames them for ruining countries, killing birds, destroying landscapes. What he didn't mention. Then came the immigration rant. Europe's being invaded, he warned. If you don't get your act together, you won't have a Europe left. He praised hardline European leaders, criticized anyone offering humanitarian support, and basically recycled every fear-driven narrative that built his original base. This wasn't a press conference, it was a warning shot. Meanwhile, protesters flooded Edinburgh's streets with chants, "Save our future, not Trump's tariffs," "No red carpet for dictators." Palestinian flags waved. Signs mocked him, questioned his morals, attacked his politics. Inside Turnberry? Silence. But behind that silence, serious things were moving. Because this visit, private or not, is loaded with economic stakes. Trump is preparing for a crucial meeting with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. On the line? A looming trade war. Trump wants 30% tariffs on EU imports unless a new deal is cut by August 1st. The EU's ready to hit back. Tariffs on 100 billion euros worth of American goods. There's talk of a compromise, maybe 15% baseline tariffs across key sectors. But it's far from done. Trump himself said there were 20 sticking points, and yet he framed it as a 50-50 shot. It'd be the biggest deal of them all. Trump's also lined up to meet British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, calling him a good man, just a bit more liberal than I am. Their agenda? Fine-tuning the US-UK trade agreement signed in May. But here's the tension. Starmer's government is already under fire for welcoming a man so widely rejected by the Scottish public. It gets messier. And still, Trump avoids press briefings. He dodges the spotlight. His strategy? Lay low, play golf, and let the headlines cool off. But it's not working. The Epstein cloud hovers again. A Wall Street Journal piece raised fresh questions about past associations and whether Trump considered pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. He denies everything. Protesters don't buy it. Here's the bottom line. Trump came to Scotland to talk deals. What he got was a rejection of his brand, his politics, and his version of diplomacy. From consulate gates to cobblestone streets, the message is crystal clear. Donald Trump is not welcome here. Even if the trade agreements go through, even if the photo ops happen, Scotland won't forget this moment. Because Trump may own property here, but the people, they don't buy what he's selling. This is more than a political visit. This is a public referendum on truth, on decency, on what kind of leader deserves a platform. And for Scotland, the answer is already in the streets.